Alright, welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings. I'm Flying MacGuffin and I'm a giant screw-up. I've had to revert back a little bit to an earlier autosave because of a crash I had. But I've been racking my brain trying to figure out how to pull this off without having to edit any of the files or cheat or, do something. I'm really set on doing this, and I think I just want to have to work around the game mechanics the best I can. The best way I figured out to do this is to give the king title to someone else, save, and then load the game as them. It's one of the things you can do in this game is basically pick anybody off the list, and you can immediately start playing as them because the game keeps track of everything just as well for everyone else. Now, what I'll have to do this is I'll have to pick somebody on my list, and I have picked our long-awaited Cian here, who is kind of our sort of heir to the throne a while back, and he's probably our best option. And I don't consider this as gamey as doing like elective law or something, because of our special circumstances. I kind of want to have a better leader than I can. We'll start out in debt and with little piety, so it's not going to be that great. We'll still have a tough time at the beginning probably, and one of the things I have done is I've reinstalled the Wiz events to reduce children's stats because, well, to kind of make up for the fact that I'm doing something a bit gamey, and you'll kind of see why I took those out pretty much probably as soon as I start the game. First thing we have to do is we have to do a little housekeeping. We have to give our Duchy of Aswan an actual province in Aswan so that we gain control of him when we're the king of Nubia. So grant title. I think I'm going to give him Nubia because it's the least valuable. And let's check. Yes, that looks like it's the case. Yeah, Nubia. So we're going to grant, no, not create title. Grant title, and we need to find Cian. He's right here. And we're going to, no, not Cian. Him. Grant title. The Count of Nubia. There we go. Okay, so his capital should move to Nubia as soon as I start the game. Another thing I have to do is I have to give Cian a province. Title. Cian. And just to start the process out, I'm going to give him Alexandria. Okay. Start the game. Run it for... Okay, it didn't move, but that's fine. It'll probably move when we save and reload the game. Now I'm going to cut this just to make sure I do this right. I might, save and load a little bit to try to get this working correctly, because I've never done this before, so I don't know exactly how it works. I've given one king title away, but I've never tried to give multiple king titles away. And I know there's a way to finagle it so that you can still give people stuff after giving them a title that gives them independence from you. If not, I don't know. But at least we need to get the Kingdom of Egypt and the Kingdom of Nubia, if not the Kingdom of Zirid. Zirid kind of belongs to us. It kind of belongs to the Kingdom of Brittany. I wouldn't be that hard off if that was a... It's kind of just an honorary thing because we were able to take it. But it would be nice if it was part of our player-controlled kingdom because of that. I think we've done enough to the actual Kingdom of Brittany, which we never intended to keep in the first place, but are only keeping for game mechanics purposes, which are no longer relevant. So, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to come back when all that's done, and then we can save and load as Egypt, or I'll come back and tell you why it didn't work. Well, that didn't exactly work, but not for the reasons I thought it wouldn't work. The reason it didn't work is because this guy decided that he didn't want to change with the kingdom. So we're gonna have to revoke his titles. We're gonna revoke his. We're gonna revoke all of his titles, and I'll come back when that's done. Or if he declares war on him, we'll take all his titles. I'll come back when he doesn't have any titles, and maybe we have a bajillion bad boy or something. Okay, that's done. One of the things I do need to do is I need to give them a bit of money so that they're not immediately disloyal to the next king. We don't want to screw him up all that much. He'll be down a bit of money, but we don't want his vassals to be dicks to him as soon as he comes in. So get them at about 60. Make sure they're still loyal to us and stuff. This guy's not taking bribes very well. There we go. Okay. Good enough. So, this should work fine now. As you can see, we're deep into, not having good stuff. But, I think it should be fine when we actually succeed in doing this. So, I'll be back when that's done. Okay. We have successfully set up our uncle, I believe. Maybe. No, he's our second cousin, grand cousin, something. He's a great something, and basically, he is now the king of Egypt, Zirid, and Nubia. We wanted to get the king of Egypt first, so he's the Egypt crest, because that's what we want. It's got the nice Crusader, flag on it, which is nice. Notice the Hospitaliers now have a king flag. I don't know why the Templars don't. Maybe their next successor will. So, what we're going to do is we're going to replace our bishop, because, that's what we do. Vladimir. And, one of the things that's going to happen immediately is he'll have no people in his court, so we're going to have to restart our court all over. We won't have any of the nice family members we have. We won't have any of the, super people. Basically, we're going to have to rebuild from scratch. I don't even think our children will be in our court. So, we're basically going to get the little, scrappy people that you normally get when you restart a new province. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the game. Save. And I'm going to show this whole process just to see how we do it. And I'm going to Brittany LP. Okay. Actually, cancel. Save. Yeah. Yeah, I got this. We need to change. Egypt LP. Right. Because we're Egypt now. We're not Brittany anymore. So, if I don't get the event that changes my capital, so be it. I don't care so much anymore. That was just kind of a cool experiment I was trying to do. Whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to surrender. Blah. And we get these dead guys who've been shot with arrows. And then we're going to go up in single player game, and we're going to load up the Egypt LP as Egypt. And start game. I'm going to cut off the loading time. Alright, we are now starting as the King of Egypt. Okay, so pause game and all that stuff. As you can see, a lot of things are changed. We have our leader, Sian Kern, still of the same bloodline, so nothing weird there. We only have 2 court members who are currently our marshal and our spymaster. As you can see, even our children are not in our court. Even the ones that are not aren't adults, and our wife's not even here. So yeah, but we've mellowed out. We're no longer a creamsicle empire. We are this chocolate brown, empire. I don't know why, but I always think of food colors for stuff. Anyway, we basically start with no stability, no gold. We've got a bajillion prestige because I was given all those titles, and you get prestige for each of those titles. We start with no bad boy. We start with the piety we had before, since that doesn't change any. We also start with no court members, but as soon as we start the game, we'll get more court members. Also, we start with everything reset back to the way they are at the beginning of the game. I can see here that we're pretty advanced in castles, which is what we had it set up before. But the other ones don't really give any economic advantage, so I'm going to leave it at castles until pretty much Egypt, at least, is got level 4 at least, and maybe Alexandria's at level 5. So we're going to enact that. Power, we still need a bunch of power, so we want, windmills, watermills, armories, that stuff. And then after that, we'll probably go into mining and handicraft after that. And we're already maxed on thought in Alexandria and pretty high everywhere else. Now let's put it back on schools, just to get everywhere else up on schools. Yeah, so we're also reset in the laws department. We're set to Simisalic Primogenitor because that's what everybody starts as. It makes it so that you can actually play the inheritance game. Otherwise, it would be real easy to change that. You would never ever be able to inherit anything, because if the computer was smart, it would always change to Salic consanguinity. Excuse me, or Salic Primogenitor. So it does that for reasons, and there's people who have elective and stuff, bishoprics, that sort of thing. So I think some of the people in Eastern Europe actually go into Gavelkind. No, they start as it. Anyway, we're gonna leave that way until we get an heir taking the throne, at least. We'll leave it that way, just for game purposes. We don't really care until we get an heir. We got a couple of near adult kids so we don't really have to worry about that. Our wife is too old to have more children, so we're pretty much in a situation where the heirs we got are all the heirs we'll have, at least for now. We are going to change it to royal prerogative. We don't have any vassals, so we're not going to piss anybody off doing this. And regal supremacy. This is basically for the conversion event I was talking about. Both of those have a bonus to that. We're also going to reset our sliders back down. I'm going to reset them basically to the way I said I was going to have them at the beginning of the game, where I have about 30% in these two, and then 20%, or as close to 20% as I could in those ones. And it's always the peasants. Damn you, peasants. Fuck. Okay. That's close enough.